Welcome to the Tolerable Nausea podcast, where dick, fart, and poop jokes are the gold standard in comedy.
Nice. In this comedy.
You forgot about boobs.
Oh,
Yeah, boobs too.
boobs. I'm Woody.
I am Russ.
I'm Toby.
And I am Eric.
And Woody was the star of our first foray into phone game show technology.
Yeah, and I kicked his fucking ass because I'm dirty.
Toby.
I'm a dirty, deviant person.
Yeah, that was pretty awful.
Yeah.
Woody lost on purpose so that way he wouldn't look like such a weirdo.
It was like, I know what an Alaskan fire dragon is. Well, I don't want to sound fucked up on the internet.
Exactly.
There was a couple that were pretty gag worthy.
Yeah, you essentially that episode, the greatest thing about that episode was when you audibly heard and you're like, did you just puke? He's like, I just puked a little bit in my mouth. And I'm just like, tolerable nausea. It's the definition.
Joe at work was like, I just want to know what a Rocky Balboa is. And I was like, it involves poop. That's all Eric would say.
See, I thought it had to do with punching in the ribs. I thought it was going to be one of those.
He was going to sock her in the eye or something.
Yeah, well, because I was thinking of the scene in the meat locker, and I was like, well, you're doing it, and you just slug her right in the fucking kidney or something,
Who wanted to know that?
Joe at work.
All right, well, Joe, you hang on to the end of the episode. We will reveal what the Rocky Balboa
was. We'll tag
was.
the Rocky Balboa at the end.
I just figured you're going to come in her mouth and then punch her in the eye, and pop goes the weasel or something.
Oh, shit.
So, anybody have any adventurous stories from this week?
Oh, I got a few personal things I could talk about, but I'm gonna tone it down this week. I was pretty dominant last week, and I feel bad because I reverted it a little bit. I was interrupting the fuck out of Toby again, and again.
Nothing I say is important.
That's not true. It is important, and I need to. But in all honesty, I have noticed that I need to wait until somebody's done talking to start talking again, because I cut.
Well, it only took you 30 episodes. Sorry, it's fine.
No, it's more like 30 years, Toby. Thank you very much. It's a problem, and I'm trying to work on it. But
So I'll just give you shit. I don't care.
well, I was going to ask you guys, Eric. You probably won't have any frame of reference on this because you don't really eat. You don't really eat, but.
I eat.
You skinny bitch.
Out of necessity.
But Toby is a creature of the walking and eating variety.
Yeah.
And I was Woody might be able to relate here. And Eric, you don't like Chinese food, so you probably don't have any comment on this at all. So
The grossest genre of food ever.
No
you just go play with yourself in the bathroom while we three have a conversation.
All right, I'll be right back.
About meaningful material right here. But have you
He'll
ever
make his own Mugu Guy pan.
Have you ever walked 15 city blocks after completely overindulging yourself in spicy Chinese food?
Your butt cheeks were clenching, weren't they?
I about shit myself like 4 times. It was horrible.
That's like our friend.
I was a hurting unit.
Every time we left the Chinese restaurant, it was a race to get home.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
He would.
I didn't think
fly
that through.
home at like 50 mile an hour down a 25 mile an hour street. Slam the thing into park and run into the house every time.
Yeah, I love Chinese food, but my pickup is broken down at the moment. I think the starter's out, so I walked to work this morning. Walked to work wearing 2 coats because it was cold, and carried them home this afternoon because Nebraska weather is fucking awesome. Fuck, it's ridiculous. So anyway, I had some running around to do, because today's bill day, and they don't give a fuck whether I got a vehicle or not. So I had to walk around and pay bills, and I planned my route, and I took a little detour to hit the Chinese restaurant in there. That was a bad plan. That's just a bad plan because the Chinese restaurant, like I said, is 15 blocks from my fucking house.
I had to call my roommate one time to come pick me up. I was walking home from Arby's, and I was like, hey.
If I don't get a ride, I'm going to shit.
He was watching a football game, too. He was like, I'm not going to know how this ends. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like waddling up the fucking street when he finds me. He's laughing.
So tomorrow, I'm just going to take a roll of toilet paper with me when I walk to work.
In an alleyway.
I'm just shit in somebody's front yard.
Casey's is like 4 blocks from there. I know it's a public bathroom.
Well, see, but I already started walking
It's the
north.
opposite direction.
And by the time that it hit me, it was like 5 blocks. So to walk back to Casey's, probably would have been shorter. But then I would have had a longer walk after. It would have been the opposite direction of my house.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have been waddling at that point, I don't think.
Yeah, but
it was bad.
After you just drop that worry load, then you have to walk another 20 blocks with the idea in your mind that this could happen again.
Yeah.
Or I may have just got chlamydia from a toilet. That could be in your head, too.
I don't know. I guess I'm not too finicky. Like, as long as the bathroom...
I am when it comes to public restrooms. Like, I don't even do it at work. I at the place I work for 7 months. I haven't gone to the bathroom there yet.
I don't like using public restrooms. If I can avoid it, I will. But if it's like if it's an urgent thing.
What is your policy for the public restrooms?
I usually wipe it down.
Obviously,
I'll take some toilet paper and I'll
yeah.
wipe the seat before. I tried using those little fucking things that they have in some of them where it's the shape of the toilet seat and you can set it down. I tried that, but I was just like, it felt like I was gonna shit and it was gonna be up my leg because I know that there's a hole there. I know that they cut that out so that way my shit wouldn't squish up against the cheeks. But like the feeling of having it on my butt when I'm sitting there, I still feel like like somebody saran wrapped the toilet, and I'm just like, this is not going to go well. So I can't do that.
You feel like you're going to slide off the toilet with a piece of paper under your butt.
Yeah,
it's like I don't want to slide back too far because you will. You'll just squish it out.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I'll wash the seat before.
I just pull some toilet paper out and I wipe it down. I don't necessarily get the sink. I don't wet the toilet paper or anything.
Oh, I do.
Do you?
I'll wet down the paper towels.
I will.
And then I'll go back for more paper towels to dry it all back down.
I wet it down when I was working at the bar.
Oh yeah.
I would always.
The bar toilets are always the worst.
The bar I worked at wasn't bad. They did a good job of keeping the bathroom pretty clean. It was the patrons that were fucking idiots,
That urinal always fucking clogged up too. You walk.
There was
in
another
puddle. But God damn it.
There was another bar in town.
Oh yeah,
though,
the worst bar for bathrooms.
I would not use.
I've never gone to the bathroom there.
I would leave the bar, get in my car, drive home, shit, and then go back. I wouldn't use that
like
restroom.
Using the urinal in that place because you knew what you were standing in.
Well, that and they didn't have. I hate bathrooms. I hate public restrooms where I can get past pissing next to a dude in a urinal. That's uncomfortable, but it's always like I don't want him to think that I'm copping a look. But then again, I want to keep a half an eye on it to make sure he's not copping a look.
Also, you want to make sure you're not pissing on him when you're looking away.
When you're looking away. But the one that I really fucking hate though is the sit down Johns when they don't have a fucking stall.
Yeah.
Stalls are a
nothing more uncomfortable than knowing that somebody can look at you while you're shitting.
So I like going back to the handicapped place. It's a nice big room. You don't have anybody that close to you.
Yeah.
So you're in
I
there,
definitely,
you just hear like
if
a
the
wheelchair
handicap
creaking
stall
in,
is
you're like,
available,
"Aw."
I always take the handicap stall because you got so much more room. I don't know. Because I'm a dick and then some handicap comes in and they can't use it and I'm just like, haha.
You get that. My old job was the toilet. There was a wall in between them, but there was no door. And I forgot to lock the door, taking a poop one time, and one of my childhood friends' dad came in while I was going to the bathroom, and I just looked, and I was like, oh.
When you ever sitting there and they don't have a lock on the door, do you ever like scoot your foot out purposely so that it's visible underneath, so that way there's no, if somebody opens a door on you, it's not an accident. It's like, come on, man, I have
That's a proposition in some circles.
Oh, that's true. I probably should do that then, huh? Well, fuck, I don't know.
Why does everyone keep walking in?
Why is there a dick in my mouth right now?
I was just stretching out. I like to stretch when I'm shitting. I didn't realize I was going to get a dick in my mouth over this.
Why is there a hole in the wall here? I'm kidding.
Oh, it would not be good for a dude if I was in a stall and he stuck his dick through the hole like that. That would not end well for him. It wouldn't.
Would you grab it?
I'd probably just karate chop it.
What if that's his thing? He's like, again.
Just step back because, like I said, where I'm in the handicap stall, so I got some room, and just give him like a front kick right on the tip of the dick, because that's gonna fuck him up. Because
it swells up and he can't get it out.
If it's in there, he's already all excited because he thinks he's gonna get some, and so it's probably hard. I'm gonna fracture his penis with a spinning side kick in a handicap restroom stall.
I'd probably poop in the
wax out of his ears.
If there's a glory hole in there, I'd probably poop in the trash can right in front of the door. It's like, this is what I'm doing in here. There's a hole in the wall in where the toilet is.
Russ pulls a Jean-Claude Van Damme. In the
I would bite the bullet, and yes, I would grab the penis. I'd grab the penis, take my shoelaces off, tie it around his dick, and then tie it to the fucking toilet inside my stall. And then just walk out laughing. Janitor's going to get a surprise when he gets in there.
Open up the stall door and just walk out. Make sure you don't know him.
You ever walk into the bathroom and some guy's sitting in there and he's screaming for help because there's no toilet paper?
No.
I've had that happen twice.
I just chuck it over the top. I'd be like, I'm not opening the door, man. Sorry.
He goes, is there any toilet paper out there? I was like, no, there's some paper towels.
Incoming.
I handed him some paper towels under the door
in
one place. The other one I went outside, I was like, there's a guy in there who needs toilet paper.
Every time I have to use a public restroom, I always make sure toilet paper is there.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that would suck.
when's the last time? I mean, we're grown men, we're adults. Everybody does it at one point in
Physically,
their
I'm
life.
grown.
When's the last time you shit yourself?
Actually, a lot more recent than I'd like to care. Than I would care to admit.
No, we're going around.
And I have an excuse. I was really sick.
Yeah.
We had what was it? We had a fire or something, so we were put up in a hotel room for a while, and I got sick, and it wasn't full blown shit, but there was a little that come out.
It was shart, yeah.
Yeah, it was well, if you can call it a shark, because I had diarrhea, but it was embarrassing because I was late 20s, and it's just like I just shit myself a little bit. It's nice.
Yeah,
Those undies went in the trash, and
it's happened. I'll admit it. Yeah.
I never got so drunk I shit
was-
myself though. That's a plus.
I was sick, and it was a matter of just a cough.
As a surprise.
I needed to go and making it to the bathroom, and I coughed, and that was it. It was just a little squirt. I was like, oh no. Okay.
I've started walking home from the bar one time. Right when I walked out of the bar, I was like, oh no. For like a 20-minute walk, I'm like, oh, this sucks.
I'd probably just go back in the bar.
It was just closed. They were done. Like I was last calling out of it. I was even after. It was when the dude from Overtime was still alive.
Oh yeah.
I had a beer with him after close. And I was like, well, he's like driving off, and like I walked down a little bit down the alley, and I'm like, oh. Oh no.
Yeah, that makes the rest of the walk very uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was itchy. I don't understand how babies do it. They just sit there in it.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't know any better, I guess.
They don't have so many peanuts and stuff to worry about.
Yeah.
You are not copping out on this motherfucker. You're sitting over there laughing. It's your turn, asshole.
You guys talk about shit yourselves.
It had been 2 or 3 weeks ago, a shark.
Oh, you got probably the most recent episode then.
No, because I'm sitting there. Well, yeah, most recent, but I'm sitting there. I'm at home drinking like on Saturdays, like I do. Kim's gone to bed. Everybody in the house is in bed, and I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. And
you just stop. Man, that bathroom's just too far away.
No, I'm sitting on the front stoop, and I lean over, to let one go. And no.
you let 1 plus go. Huh?
I was like, cigarette out.
Did you keep drinking after that, or were you done?
Oh yeah, I kept drinking. Took care of business and went back to it. But what's the absolute worst is because I'm going out on deliveries to other people's houses and everything, and I've got a fucked up stomach or whatnot. But would you have that emergency shit in the middle of a delivery?
Oh yeah,
and you're just clenching cheeks the whole time.
Trying to lift shit and hold a shit in at the same time.
Not a good combination.
Yeah.
But poop humor.
Well, I think that's one of them. What he said, right? We got poops covered. What are we moving on to now? Boobs, dicks, sex.
What we got next? Who wants it?
Well, there was something else I was going to talk about, but I can't remember what it was.
Technically, it covered farts too.
It'll come to me, I think.
I don't have anything like that. Mine's a story of triumph.
Positive?
Yeah.
Yay! Let's hear it. Positive news story for
news
once.
Story?
Yeah.
He said a story of triumph.
I mean, it's positive and basis is fucked up,
Fuck it, we'll take it.
but technology comes along and fixes it.
Bionic penis?
Yeah. No.
I was going to say, we didn't do the dick news thing.
Doctors have cleared second baby of HIV.
Cleared, like it had it and they got
Yeah,
rid
it was
of it?
born with it, yeah.
Oh, that is good news.
Scientists have managed to repeat one of the biggest medical breakthroughs of the last few years. Almost exactly 1 year, Johns Hopkins researchers made national headlines when they announced that they've vanquished the AIDS-causing virus from a child born to an HIV-positive mother in Mississippi.
Does it say what it is about a young child that makes that possible, why they can't do it with adults?
They began antiretroviral treatment before the baby was 30 hours old. She's now 3.5 years old and still virus-free. That's the first baby.
That is good news.
It must be the cocktail because I've read different places and I've heard about people who get poked with like HIV positive needles
Right.
or whatever the virus. They have a cocktail where as long as you take it within the first 24 hours, it kills everything in your system. Problem is,
realizing that you have it in
Yeah.
that amount of time.
yeah, I mean, 24 to 48 hours.
That must be a hardcore fucking cocktail.
Oh, I've heard people talk about taking it,
Yeah.
and it just destroys you, like worse than chemo.
Right, that's what I was thinking. It would
Yeah.
probably be pretty fucking harsh.
They're like down for 2 weeks. It's brutal,
Huh.
but it does the job.
So that's
Wipes
great
it
then,
out.
but it also makes me feel kind of bad for those little babies too, though.
It's pretty fucking rough on them.
Yeah.
But better than living life with HIV.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
definitely
absolutely.
better than the alternative. for
Absolutely,
sure,
and
yeah.
that's a great thing about babies is a lot of times, almost
not
every
gonna
time they're
remember
not
that.
going to remember that.
Yeah.
Subconsciously it may affect them, but they won't have a.
So I wonder what it
recollected
is
memory.
about the baby coming out of the womb, where once it's out the womb, then they can
Yeah,
pump
why-
them full with it, and then it's
Because technically it's had it for 9 months.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's just it.
and if in a real human being, I just about said that. in a birthed older human being, you said that they got to catch it within 24 hours. Well, where the baby had it for 9 months already, you would think it would already be too late by the time it was born. You'd have to be something that they'd have to do during the pregnancy.
Well, maybe it's just the immune system is still developing at that point.
That could be. Could be.
So that's good.
No, that is good. That's
We're
good
on our
news.
way. We're on our
Yeah.
way. Technology fucking kicking
I
ass.
got one grown up cured of it, and then 2 babies.
I hadn't even heard about the adult being cured.
Yeah, they use stem cells in Europe.
You see, it's the fucking stem cells, man.
I know, fucking America.
I'm
get
starting
off
to
your
believe.
asses.
I'm starting to believe that the whole it's ethical this, ethical that. It's all just a fucking agenda to keep profit.
I bet.
Because if we start curing people, then they don't make any more money on them.
You can't charge them $250,000 until they
For
die.
fucking exactly.
They're not even having to do it from embryos anymore. I mean, they're pulling
Exactly.
stem cells from fat cells now.
Yeah,
Right. And so that's why I'm saying, like, let's say cancer or something like that, and I don't know how far along it's gotten, but let's say that it got to the point where you may be able to regrow an organ or some shit like that.
Oh, they're doing that too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I got lung cancer and you could give me a new lung. They don't want to do that. They want me to go in for chemo for the next 15 fucking years and keep it at bay just enough till I can survive and keep fucking, being a money fucking cow for them.
It's just like I talked about a couple episodes ago, where like the athletes leave the country now whenever they get injured.
Right.
To go and get stem cells and all the stuff that America bans because we don't
Because-
consider it ethical.
Because America
But
is the
that's-
only
that's what I'm
country
saying.
where the pharmaceutical companies make
it's-
so much profit.
Where
So
it's,
they
I mean,
leave
I'm
the
not saying it's
country.
not a business in other countries, but it's a huge fucking business here, and that's
Yeah.
the core of the problem. Get back on the deal. I brought up the whole healthcare thing last time, and I'm not going to go crazy on it. But what I failed, there was a point that I was wanting to bring up in that is that it's not addressing the problem, which what we're talking about right now
Yeah.
is the cost of medical care. That's the fucking problem, not the fact that people aren't insured. Because you were saying, well, a $6,000 loan is better than a $100,000 loan. Absolutely, but what we need to look at is why the fuck does it cost $100,000? That's just absurd.
Well,
It
yeah.
is fucking absurd. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Doctors can come in and say this and say that. Fuck you. $100,000 to keep me alive is absurd.
Well,
it's
it's just-
fucking absurd because, and I was looking at a deal on the internet where like screws, that they use in joint surgeries and things like that. The manufacturer makes the fucking screw for $300. They sell it to a distributor or some shit who turns around and sells it to the hospital for like $2,000, and then the hospital charges you $6 on your fucking bill when they put it in you. That's the fucking problem.
Bill Maher does that on his show. He did the same thing with a hip replacement. For the metal and everything that goes into hip replacement, screws and everything, it costs them $600 to make. They sell it to the middleman. The middleman sells it to the hospital for $13,000, and then the hospital puts it in for $30,000. But after everything's said and done, you get a new hip for $70,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking absurd, and that is the problem, and that's the problem that will never be addressed so long as the people pulling the strings.
Yeah, I understand making a profit, but 1,000,000% profit.
Yeah, it's
It costs you $600 to make, sell for fucking $1,200. It's
and I'm telling you right now that that's the whole motivation behind the whole stem cell.
Oh.
I mean, there might be some religious folks that are complaining about it, but
Well, that's just
since
'cause
when
they
have
don't
they? Since
understand
when
it.
have they been able to really change anything?
I think like what
well, we sell fish for 3 months because of religious people.
Well, like what Woody
Restaurants.
said, they're pulling stem cells from fat cells now. We're creating stem cells in a lab now. We're no longer pulling them from aborted fetuses.
Yeah, so the whole ethical issue is down the drain.
Let's just get rid of the ban now.
What if that
they'll
fat
say,
was going
it's
to cure
playing
cancer?
God,
though?
that'll be the next issue that they'll try to throw into it.
Well,
and the people that'll say, "Oh, it's playing God," are going to be the most unreligious fucks that you could possibly imagine.
Well, if God has a problem with it, why doesn't He come down here and tell us no?
Yeah,
Do I
Those
sense
are like, hey,
cynicism
hey,
there?
don't do
A little
that.
bit.
It's not even an ethical issue. It's about people getting on their moral high horse about something, trying to
and mostly
force their
things that
opinion
don't
on
affect
you.
their lives at all.
Well-
This is the part that bothers me the most.
They can get on their high horses
Just
all
about
they
any
want.
issue that we could discuss right now, when you fucking strip away all the layers of it, you get right down to the core to it. It's all about money, guys.
No,
Well,
It's
yeah.
always all about
But
money.
I mean, I just want to come back to like those people who were protesting it. If they were paralyzed, if they were quadriplegic, if they went cancer, or they got cancer or something, and they're like, "Oh, stem cells can fix you." Damn sure. I bet you they do a 180 on their stance.
Or they'd be like, "This is
I don't
God's
know,
plan."
Maybe some of them. Yeah,
Well,
some
God
of
fucking
them,
hates you.
Some of them are. I know. I think I personally know people who would refuse it. I mean,
Really?
it could be shown right in their face that this will cure you. You will walk again, and they will say basically like what Toby said that this happens for a reason, and this is God put me here for a reason, and this and that And I don't know.
I have family that refuses
I also think that
treatment.
God, if you're going to, I don't know what I believe on that front. I'm not atheist, but I'm not Christian. I guess agnostic, is that the term for it?
Yeah, that's what I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that there's certain things that have happened in my own life that there may be a logical explanation for, but I don't know, like certain circumstances or things. It's just like I do think that there's something behind the scenes in some way. Higher power or whatever.
It's the Illuminati.
Yeah.
It goes back to the Illuminati.
But at the same time, like, okay, let's say that I'm hardcore devout Christian and that there's a one God, an omnipotent being, and you say, oh, this is ungodly, that's ungodly, this is ungodly. According to that, from what I understand, the devil does not create. So if stem cells are curing people, that's God's work, not the devil's work. The devil did not create stem cells. According to your belief, God created them. So why would he create them and then say, well, don't use them to make someone's life better, because that's not God's way.
Well, why would you
Isn't
make a
that
tree
God's
with
way?
an apple on it that could fuck your life up forever?
But so go ahead.
Why would you even put that in there?
Go
You just
ahead.
made life a lot easier by not having that tree of knowledge in the fucking garden in the first place.
So go ahead and use stem cells to cure diseases, but if you fucking eat pork.
No,
No, don't eat
Shrimp.
shellfish.
Shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nobody ever talks about fucking shrimp. You do not, like 7 times in the Bible.
That's because
shellfish.
shrimp don't wallow around in the mud and they're not disgusting creatures.
They have like their fucking intestinal tract
We're going to turn somebody.
is their whole body.
I can't
Like,
imagine we have very many religious listeners, but they're probably not going to like this episode.
It's probably not a big deal with
Yeah.
with the crowd anyway.
Shellfish by large outweighs the pork and the anti-gay
Yeah.
statements in the Bible.
Okay, do we want to get away from the religion topic?
Yes, we probably
Yeah, let's
better.
do that.
Okay.
Can I
We
step
need-
back for just a second?
we need some giggles.
Oh,
medical
yeah.
stuff. There's have you seen the new bioprinter?
Oh, like
The 3D printer.
actually printing bio.
Yeah,
like
it's actually printing bio stuff.
Living tissue.
Living tissue.
not.
No, I haven't seen anything about that.
They're printing cartilage. You know how they used to try to grow ears
Oh,
on
yeah,
mice
yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
They're actually working on a printer to print cartilage so they can rebuild your ear with a bioprinter.
That would
So
be
if I get
badass.
rich, can I have him print me out a nice dick?
There's no cartilage in it, but yeah.
Well, but technology will advance. By the time I have enough money to do that, maybe they'll be able to do skin and.
I'm 80
No,
years old.
that's their plan though, is to get to the point where they could print organs.
Right, because there I read something about there was a second artificial heart that failed. They died or whatever, So that's it's not a perfect technology yet, obviously.
Oh no, but it's still in its infancy. But I was watching this deal on it, and it was just really cool. Some of the things they were talking about doing.
Yeah,
I just
I don't.
wanna-
I don't want to print like replacement organs. I want them to print like extra appendages and shit. I'll be like
Come out like Shiva.
eight arms, and
You want a penis in the middle of your chest.
be like Goro from Mortal Kombat.
It's only a matter of time because they're already trying to figure out how to. They're interweaving human skin with spider silk to reflect bullets.
Here's where that's going. They're gonna print out backup brains like backup hard drives.
Oh no! So you never die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't know if it worked like that though, because the brain, if it's a direct copy of my brain, then that wouldn't work. But it's got to be like a fresh new brain without all the aging, But then trying to get memories and things transferred over to it,
Well, that's just it. I'll actually want to get into this in a different podcast.
Okay,
because
we'll save
I
it for another like futuristic technologies or
because
something like that.
I've been finding a lot of this singularity stuff that I want to talk about. So
We'll save it.
But I do have an article
Yeah, let's get back to immature shit.
Yeah.
That was way too deep.
that I think you would
Wait.
Feel free to
appreciate.
cut that out
Sorry.
Well, I have 2 articles I think you'll
sorry.
appreciate.
Cut that and save it for later.
when we're educational.
Remember last week when you were talking about how you wanted to do a meme about Facebook Ninja?
Right.
And the
It's
one-
already been done?
Nope.
Oh.
The one that you put on there is don't do stupid shit on the internet and then post it or whatnot.
But no, it was don't friend anybody at work.
Okay, this is a little bit different. But in England,
Somebody got their dick bit.
Their ninja skills were not very good.
no, well, their ninja skills are very good, because there's still a lot of cars. The only problem is they were taking pictures with the stolen cars and then posting them on Facebook.
Yeah, that's not good ninja skills, huh?
That's logical.
They were sending him off to Albania.
What, you can see it? There he is, posting up, stole this car.
It actually says in the caption, stole this car.
No, it's just him with the car and everything. But apparently, just fucking dumb.
Yeah.
I got away scot-free. Let's brag about it.
Oh yeah, there was. I don't know if I did it on one of the previous podcasts, but there was a fellow that got on Facebook. He was wanted, and the police station in the local town has a Facebook page, and they had posted a thing of him, wanted for this or whatever, all points bulletin, yada yada. He gets on that site and taunts them.
Having no
can't
idea
find
how
me.
computers work.
Exactly.
Input ISP address.
Yeah, and it's so obviously he got busted. It's like, you fucking tool,
We recently had a PlayStation 4 stolen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is just fucking retarded because we should have security. We don't. But PS4. So the cops come down and get the serial number and everything off. As soon as the motherfucker logs online, he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just automatically to the company. Company calls the cops, and hey.
Yeah.
It's like people not thinking, like, now you have a PS4. You can never use it now.
Yeah.
You can use it as long as you don't hook it to the
I was
internet.
going to say the PS4 isn't like the Xbox was going to be where it required you. But yeah, if they required you to register online, then absolutely. First moment you try to play it.
So I guess, as long as they don't go online,
If they don't go online, they'll
But
be fine.
Once they're online, they're
But then well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, if they don't go online because they won't be able to get any digital content,
Did they go in when it wasn't open, or?
no. It's I don't want to get into it, but
Yeah, you
there's some weird shit going on there. But let's just say a PS4 come up missing.
Oh, yeah. And it wasn't you.
It wasn't me. No, I actually paid for mine.
Yeah, I got mine at Walmart.
That's where I got mine.
Your biggest competitor.
everyone's biggest competitor.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Does anyone else have any more news stories? Okay, this little news story. I had to do it because I found it on a video gaming site, and I think Russell would really appreciate it.
Okay.
Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
The weapons. What do you remember about the weapons?
Oh, do I really want to reveal how big of a dork I am here right now?
Maybe a little bit.
Okay, you had swords. There was usually 4 varieties. You started with a wooden sword, then you got the steel sword, and then you tempered it, and then you got the master sword was the ultimate.
Okay.
Well, no, usually it's master sword, and then you could temper the master sword, and it'd be the tempered master sword.
That's the big bad boy we're talking about.
The tempered master sword?
Yep.
All right.
We're going into a domestic squabble here.
He busts out the master sword in a
yeah. Okay, this girl with her estranged husband. So he's out the fucking picture right now. But she's shacking up with another fella. Okay, the estranged husband comes by. And apparently her new guy is...
He's a collectible. He had a master sword.
Yep. But the old guy, the old fling here, comes in. He's busting down the door and everything. Breaks into the house. They were trying not to let him in. He comes in the house. He forcibly lets himself in the house. And struggle went on between the two guys or whatnot. Defend the girl. And grabs the sword off the wall. Stabs him.
Little did he know that he was fucking with Link's new girlfriend.
Nope. Stabs him once.
So the new boyfriend is the guy with the sword, or the old boyfriend was the guy?
The new boyfriend.
The new boyfriend defended Zelda with the master sword.
Yep.
If her name was Zelda, this story is not true.
Stabbed him once in the side, but it didn't deter him because the dude was on all kinds of...
Well, it's because he didn't use a bomb first. You got to weaken him with a bomb to make him vulnerable.
Okay.
God, I'm such a dork.
Columbus, Ohio.
If we have anybody that plays video games and is as old as I am, maybe they'll get that joke and might laugh, but fuck, I feel so stupid right now.
But this happened in Columbus, Ohio. A side wound and a leg wound now. And then the cops finally showed up in the fight. The guy defending the girl got a couple stitches. The guy who got stabbed with the master sword still in serious condition in the hospital.
Don't fuck with gamers. They'll stab your ass.
But I figured you'd appreciate that one.
The veil between fantasy and reality is a little bit thinner for these people. They don't realize that they could kill you. Here's another lame joke. Did he gain a level? Experience up.
His dick got 2 inches longer.
Yeah. I got such a hard on right now.
He probably got blown pretty well for that, for defending her honor.
Oh yeah, pulling the master sword off the wall.
They did a little cosplaying later that night. He strapped on the green tunic and she had a tiara. Oh, fuck.
But that was on IGN's website, and I just like that story too much to pass it up.
Yeah, that is a good one. That is a good one. And you're right, I do appreciate that one.
What you got, Woody? I know you got some new stories.
Glastonbury, England. Woman dressed as a vagina protects a man dressed as a giant penis in the most surreal street fight ever.
Is this video?
Oh, please tell me there's a video.
No, they have pictures of the guy and the girl dressed as these things.
Was it at least Halloween?
It was a street fair, basically,
Okay.
Promoting some theater that was going on. Everybody in the streets dressed as something, but this one guy took offense to the man dressed as a penis, so started a fight with him. And
Why do you look like my dick?
Wait. Did he get cock slapped?
no, the woman dressed as a vagina stepped in to protect him.
Physically or just like verbally protecting him?
A little of both. I mean, she started, she got in between them and got him away from him, and then, berated him for a while.
So there was a vagina protecting a dick from a dick.
Basically, yeah.
He was twat slapped.
But I was listening to earlier podcasts, and I was like, so I typed in England dick, and this came up. And I was like, yeah, you guys are going to love this.
I figured it. When you said England, I thought, nah.
Probably just built in there. He's like, he didn't know why he was angry at the penis.
If you ever need dick news, go straight to England news.
Yeah.
There's bound to be a horrible, horrible dick story.
There is a video, I guess, but in the video, they've traded roles. Now she's the penis and he's the vagina. Which I guess stands to reason she's the one that stood up to the guy, I guess.
Yeah.
He had to.
And they say there's no gender roles.
What kind of fucking fair is this where somebody can just walk around as genitalia?
It's just, it's for, like,
Flowers.
theater. It's
For flowers or some shit.
It's Shakespeare.
yeah, it's Shakespeare. Yeah.
They were star-crossed lovers.
Shakespeare in the park.
Cock slap in the alley.
Did you have another one?
There was a Swiss cheese pervert arrested in Philadelphia, actually. A man was driving up to women on the street with cheese and propositioning them to have them deal with his penis and the cheese at the same time, I guess. And just random people. It wasn't like hookers or anything. He just
So was he like sticking his dick through the cheese hole and then just being like, take a bite?
I don't know how that all worked, but
I got a
sandwich.
Did you guys like have a penis sandwich? I can put some Swiss on there for you if you want.
But now he is released on bail. But I guess he's been caught for this a few times. But he's literally approaches women on the street with a deal of Swiss cheese and asks them if they'll watch him with the cheese. Basically,
There's just so many things. There's personal stories that I can't share. But then, like, I got.
How many cheeses have you fucked, Russell?
No, but like not that I've done. That other people do. That like then they'll talk about, or that somebody else says, "Oh, so and so did this," and I'm just like, "What? The fuck is wrong with people?" But I'll go ahead and do my story since he had two dick news things there, and I'll just go ahead and cover mine because it's on
Are
topic.
you doing it? No, okay. So, shall we?
You can have Toby do the thing.
Okay, yeah. So
And then
we're
put
well
it in the
into
front.
dick news, Toby.
Did it, dick news.
And in all honesty, you could cut that and put it at the front, couldn't you?
Well, I could, but I think we just might. All
right, anyway.
We'll figure it out.
Cut
I'll figure
that.
it out later.
But no, to in the same vein, my story, and I'm trying to shoot from memory here because I printed it out and fucking left it somewhere. I don't want to say where.
On a towel in the bathroom.
Yeah. And so anyway, I think it was in Rhode Island, but I don't know for sure if that's accurate. But it was East Coast, wherever it was, Connecticut, Rhode Island, somewhere around there. The guy was in court because he had sent unsolicited picture of his penis to the apparent object of his affection, otherwise known in today's culture as what?
Sext.
Sext or a dick pic.
Yeah.
And I would just, like, when I was reading the story, I'm just like the fact that we have a phrase for this activity now, dick pic. Doesn't that say something about us as a society?
No, it's just we like
That this
boobs
is
and dicks.
common
That's
enough.
why England's all angry. They're like, oh, they won all those wars and they get to send dick pics.
Yeah, and so the guy goes to court, and I don't know what it was. Sexual harassment would be what I think, and I don't know how you can construe it as that it's not sexual harassment. But apparently, in Rhode Island, if that's the state that it's in, or whatever state it was in, there is no law governing electronic pornography in that particular sense. It is unlawful to send unsolicited pornographic material through the mail, but the law hadn't been revisited and updated to govern
See, it must
electronically. So and the thing that got even fucking dumber about it is that apparently he had a tattoo on his dick that said some dumb shit. Like it seemed like it was a play off of a commercial back in the day, like strong enough for a man but made for a woman, something like that. And so his lawyer, they were talking to him after the deal, and they didn't have to go this route because the route that they took, got him off or whatever.
That's what he was looking for the whole time.
Setting myself up for a pun joke. No, but if that didn't work, the lawyer said he was going to go the route of constitutional right to freedom of speech because of the statement that was on his
Does
penis.
it count? Does it count as freedom of press?
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get like something completely fucking offensive tattooed on my dick, and I'm just going to like post it up on Facebook, and when they fucking yank my account when they do all this shit, I'm just going to go be like, hey, freedom of speech. I was just making a statement. Which is fucking absurd. If you can't detect the sarcasm in my voice, I'm completely not serious. It's so fucking stupid because I've always said that common sense and common courtesy are both the biggest oxymorons in the English language because neither one is common anymore. It's fucking ridiculous. No. And this just proves it because at what point do you say, yeah, there's not a law governing this, but this isn't right? Yeah. I mean, what the fuck? Have you guys ever sent dick pics like to a woman? Not just like I sent Eric a picture of my nuts to fuck with him. You
should sue his ass.
I've talked to guys at the bar that have said
I'll send one to
send
Christina.
A chick a dick pic.
I'll send it to Christina
as
to
a
make her
way
laugh.
of trying to fucking like get them.
Oh, never to turn a girl on. No,
mine's usually like, hey, she needs a good joke today.
No, they'll send him a picture of their dick like advertisement.
They have yet
because apparently they think they have a very splendid dick, and that just the mere sight of it will have women salivating.
That's confidence right there. This confidence I will never
It's
have.
delusion is what it is. It's not confidence.
We need a girl in this perspective right now.
Yeah, we do. I need to any female listeners, if you're listening to this episode, get on a Facebook deal or come to the website tolerablenausea.com and post something about this. Like, because I'm guessing, and I don't know what the statistics are, but I bet you that any listeners that we have that are women have probably gotten a dick pic.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, sometimes it might be a personal acquaintance fucking with you, or an ex-boyfriend or some shit like that. But has a guy that you genuinely really don't know. I mean, you might have met him and know his name, but have you ever gotten a dick pic?
There's guys with dick pics as their Twitter avatars.
Okay, let's do this. Has any girl out there ever gotten a dick pic from a guy
and thought, "Ooh, I need that"?
Yeah, who was sending it out there like, it wasn't a joke. Who was actually using it as advertising? Like, oh, this is gonna turn you on so much to come over here and fuck me.
Have you ever? Yeah, has any woman ever been even partially, even if it wasn't the reason, but even like, because to me, if I was a woman, the minute that a guy sends me a dick pic, I got nothing to do with that guy.
Well,
he's a
what if you're like on the fence about him and he's like, oh, look how hard you make me, maybe.
Yeah, but
not just like at random.
But what I'm curious is about, like, has any woman, and maybe they wouldn't be wanting to admit it, I don't know, but have you ever gotten into a relationship with a guy who, before the relationship, sent you a dick pic? I guess that's my question, because I want to get to the bottom of this. Does this work? I'm never going to do it. I'm just curious, because it just, that idea just seems retarded to me.
You don't like the dick pics?
I've never gotten a dick pic.
You seem surprised by that, Eric. You don't like the dick pics? I love the dick pics. Well, guess what Eric's getting all day tomorrow?
No. when we were living in the loft apartment, we had that little battle going with the nuts, and you would have no idea how many times I've gotten pictures of nuts and dicks sent to my phone.
It's a different context. I'm not saying it's any better. Technically, still legally, that's sexual harassment.
I didn't want to go over and fuck him, but he got because remember that movie Waiting? Where
Yeah, they had the game
make you look at the nuts and everything
in various ways, and it was a certain number of kicks for being a fag.
Well, okay, that's all fine and good when you're live and in person, but we're in a high-tech digital age now, so they can do that game now digitally and send it straight to my phone, and I look at his nuts. Technically, he owes me 3 kicks.
Nah, I don't think that. I think that breaks the rules of the game because that takes the creativity out of it. You know what I mean?
You're not actually tricking them into it. You're sending them something and you open it just like you normally would.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if the NSA was looking at my cell phone during that time period,
yeah.
they
Man, this guy really loves nuts.
they would red flag me.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's not illegal to look at nuts, though. That has nothing to do with the
Good call. Good call.
Homeland Security.
No, if you were in Russia, they'd put you on a list for sure.
Yeah.
Fucking Russia.
I don't know. I just think that that's like I think that's a deviant behavior, you know? Like any, like a rape psychologist. I don't know what the fuck they call it. A rape counselor, maybe? You know, I bet you if you ask them, you know, it's always a progression.
Yeah.
You know, they'll do something inappropriate or they'll say something inappropriate. If you don't say, fuck you, you weirdo, right then, they'll take it a step further, you know? And then pretty soon, you know, it's a picture of your dick. And then pretty soon they're showing up somewhere else, you know, or whatever. And it's just like, I don't know. To me, that is a big red flag. If a dude sends my daughter a dick pic, motherfucker better hope I don't find out whose dick that belongs to or who that dick belongs to.
Yep.
Because it's gonna get bad for him.
Because
this has proven to me right here. This case proves to me that if I go the legal route, it's a waste of my fucking time. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
I can see Russell showing up to the school going, I need to find this guy.
Like Ballbreaker from Porky.
Exactly.
Yeah. I got them all lined up. There's a mole. I know that mole.
I can identify it. I really can. I've got a mugshot of his penis.
Porky's reference? Check. Yeah. See if anybody, the older listeners, I say older, but you know, you guys ever watch Porky's?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I know what Porky. You guys know what Porky's is. But some of the guys that have been listening comments, and I don't know if they even know what Porky's would be.
Well, they're pretty young. They might.
Yeah.
I tried when I was in swim team. We went to a meet out of town, and I was staying up with a younger kid, and I was trying to teach him the world of Porky's, but he wasn't having it. He fell asleep, and I was like, "It's fucking goddamn it!" I stayed up to like 4 a.m. watching Porky's before a diving meet that I had to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and go, I sucked balls at. What happened? I was up all night watching fucking Porky's. Oh, sorry.
Today's youth, they just don't appreciate good cinema.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
But before we get to this topic, you guys remember that there's a news story a while back where some 15-year-old sent a sex pic to is either a girl or to a guy or a guy to a girl that is underage pornography, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And all kinds of people fucking got indicted and went to jail, and because they have these pictures of the young kids sexting on their phone, so that's child pornography.
It's a fucking
You're
big.
fucked up.
It's a big fucking thing. And like, you know, I'm not dealing with it yet because my kids don't have cell phones. But you have got to fucking monitor that shit because kids are gonna do shit, you know. And like you just said, if that image is on a fucking electronic piece of equipment, it's child pornography, and your ass will get busted. And I don't know how that works. Like if it's your child's cell phone, but it's registered in your name, you could end up going to prison. You know, you had nothing to do with it. So you got to make sure you know what your kids are fucking doing.
It's like we almost need a whole nother different judicial system for cyber.
Yeah.
It's
Cyber stalking and everything else.
scary. Some scary shit.
Yeah, that and I don't know, just predator mentality is just really fucking, really irritate me. I got on a kick the other day because I'm fucking awesome. My life is so cool. I sit and watch YouTube for hours on end.
Yeah.
And anyway, there's a show that's been on TV called What Would You Do? So I got on a fucking kick of watching some of those deals on YouTube because they got them posted and just couldn't stop. But one of them was, you know, and I don't know what I'd do in that situation. But I really don't think I think that my reaction might seem noble at the time, but I wouldn't let him put me on camera because like the one that really got me, there was a dude and the scenario was that he was their first date or whatever. The girl goes to the bathroom and he puts something in her drink.
Oh, yeah.
I saw something like
they
that.
would need security.
Oh, yeah.
They would need security right then and there because it's not going to be like, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? I mean, I fucking saw what you just fucking did. I'd probably just take the drink, give it to the bartender, and I'd just be like, you need to be gone before she gets back or it's not going to be good for you, you know? And
see the one that
but that's not the right way to handle it. You know, I don't know what the the best way to handle that situation is. But that's I just want to fucking wring his neck right then and there.
The one that I watched, the guy was an actor, obviously.
Right.
They painted the girl up like she coming in with sunglasses, and then he makes her take the sunglasses off or whatnot. She's got a shiner, yeah, and everything. And then they fake fight and everything. Voices get raised, and he grabs her and everything, and like all these people are just watching everything. And like 9 times out of 10, nobody does anything. But there's a biker sitting at the bar.
Oops.
And the dude grabbed her, and they had the TV crew had to send security in because the biker grabbed the guy, and he had him up against the wall. He's like,
I'll tell this story. When I just graduated, and my dad took me and my brother down to Galveston, Texas. I have an uncle who lives down in Texas, so it was just kind of like a guy's trip or whatever. And so there's actually a few funny stories from that trip I might be able to tell, but one of them I'll tell since it's related to this right now. We stayed in this hotel, and it was kind of seedy. I think Dad was trying to save money, so it was a little rundown or whatever. And we're up in the morning, we're getting ready to leave, and we're packing shit in the car, and we notice this couple come out of the room, and they're just fucking, they're cutthroat, yelling and fucking everything. It hadn't got physical yet, and this guy's like kind of a puffed up type fella, he's like one of those guys with the chicken legs, but you could tell he like works out his upper body or whatever, and they're going back and forth, and it was getting slightly physical. No shoving, but there was a little bit of contact. Me and my stepbrother are kind of looking at each other, and we're like, fuck, because it was one of those what would you do moments, because just looking at the guy, I was just like, this dude's gonna do something, and it's like, at what point, I'm looking at him, I'm like, should we go do something, he's like, well, let's just kind of wait it out or whatever, and I was like, I didn't want to wait until he fucking hit her to do something, but at the same time, like, if he hadn't actually physically hurt her yet, are you justified stepping in? So the shoving does start, and we're like, all right, fuck. And so we start to walk over there, and she just fucking decks this dude. Just gives him a right cross. And at that point, we picked up our pace because we were like, oh, fuck. We were going to go grab him. Yeah, we were going to go grab him before he fucking chokes her out or some shit. And we were probably a good 15 feet away. I don't even know if they noticed us heading over there yet, but the dude starts crying and like gets down on his fucking knees apologizing to this woman, and I'm just like, I did not see that coming. That is not how I thought this was going to play out. And so that was one of those what would you do moments that I guess I was actually in. So we were going to I don't know what we were going to do when we got over there. Like, I was just going to start wailing on the guy or nothing, but I just figured we'd probably just hold him back, and keep it from escalating any farther than it already gone,
Yeah, but before we start wrapping this up with our amazing facts, it was Joe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, you want to know what the Rocky Balboa was? We have 2 different versions of this thing going on here. Okay, Rocky Balboa, just self-titled here. Don't shower for 2 weeks, then diarrhea down her throat at any point during sexual contact.
Why do they call that the Rocky Balboa?
I have no
Where's
idea.
the reference there?
I had no idea.
Eating raw eggs, I guess.
It's just horribleness. That's why I didn't want to do it.
Yeah, no, I get you that.
Okay, but then we have a variation here: the Rocky Balboa title punch.
Title punch.
The title punch. Same as the Rocky Balboa, but in that non-shower in 2 weeks, all you eat is corn. And again, I don't know why they call it the Rocky Balboa, but
yeah,
again,
I got the references on most of them, but that one doesn't make any sense. I don't see how that ties to Rocky at all.
That is why I edited them out of the game show, I guess.
I'm pretty glad you did.
But Joe, so there you know. Joe, the more you know. What was it? G.I. Joe, the more you know? Or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with it either.
No, because remember, it was like the more you know. Remember the rainbow come out with the star?
Oh, yeah.
The more you know.
Right.
Anyway.
Knowing is half the battle. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Well, now you know. Now I know, and I have to go to sleep tonight.
And we all regret it. Anyway, we're going to start closing this down a little bit, but we need amazing facts. Who wants to go first?
I don't have one.
Well, like I said, I told you I didn't have one. You said you had one, so I was copping out, and I didn't look one up.
Nobody had. Woody, you have one? So it's me and Woody. Me and the new guy. Everybody's had a bad day.
Yeah.
I've had some recently.
You've had one of those days where you're like, can anything else go wrong for me?
Yeah.
It's okay. Have you ever had like more than a bad day, like a bad week, a bad month, or whatever? Feel like shit is just fucking stacking against me.
Yep.
Toby? No? You've never had more than one bad day?
Yeah, I have.
My grandma died while I was in rehab.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
It was a bad day.
Yeah. Well, you got to bring that up. It makes me feel bad making a joke here.
Now go ahead and make a joke.
Okay, this is a Japanese name. I know how to say the last name because whatever, but Sutatomu. Okay, Yamaguchi was born in Hiroshima was in Hiroshima for work when the first A-bomb hit.
So this is only a bad day if he survived.
Yeah.
Because if he didn't survive, I mean, I'm not trying to be insensitive,
No,
but
he's-
if I
he's
could
a-
choose a way to go, instantly would be the way.
So somehow the guy survived.
Okay, so yes, it's getting bad.
So that's a bad day, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he made it home to Nagasaki
Oh, shit.
for the second.
This guy was important. This was a dude that we were trying to take out. Holy cow.
But he survived the second A-bomb as well.
So it's bad days, but it's good days. I mean, unless this is getting worse, which I'm looking at your face and assuming that it is going to get worse.
No, he lived to
But
be 93.
you would say that that's a bad day, but that's an incredibly fucking good day. Surviving 2 fucking nuclear blasts?
And the only thing that's good is back then we detonated well above the cities.
Right.
So that's the only reason he survived.
Did it say how he survived? Was he just in something that was iron cased or something?
It
I mean,
does
what was
not
the deal?
say. He survived both of them, and he lived to be 93 years old.
That kind of debunks some of a certain amount of the whole, because the fact that he lived to 93, people would have said, oh, radiation, this and that. There was all the horror stories about people that,
It really depends on how close he was to the blast at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah, but these are just facts. So he was present for both of the both of the bombings of Japan.
that's nuts.
But that's my amazing fact.
That was pretty
It's like,
amazing.
You ever think you're having a bad week? It could be worse.
It could be worse, yeah.
Got hit in the head by fucking something falling
but that's
off
where-
a building.
That's where I'm saying optimism and pessimism. You say, oh, that's a bad day. It's a good day. He
Yeah, you survived
survived
2 nuclear
blasts. Now, if he died in the first one, God resurrected him. He did a whole bunch of nasty shit. Died in the second one and went to hell. That's a bad day. Or bad week, or however what the time frame was.
What you got for a fact, Woody?
Paleolithic art dating back 30,000 years depicts people using dildos to pleasure themselves and others, which means mankind invented the sex toy long before the wheel.
Well, yeah,
That
Priorities.
seems about right.
that is amazing.
They only got the wheels so
but
they could
not
go get
shocking
more
at
sex
all.
toys.
Oh, no shock in that at all, but I thought it was kind of neat.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like along sort of the same kind of a thought as, what is it? They always said prostitution is the oldest profession.
Well, yeah.
Sex in exchange for either money or services or whatever, trading sex for something, So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
No.
See, now, here's the thing, though, is it's the sex toys, and granted, I think it's just kind of almost a more modern type of thing. I don't know, maybe that's not true. There's probably sex toys for men that have been around, but it always seemed like it was more dominantly a woman thing. Sex toys in general are geared for women,
Have you ever bought a male sex toy?
I haven't. No, I've never even
I
seen
was with Eric when he did.
pocket pussy.
He had to throw it away so he could get shit done.
I ain't fucking around. Where were we coming back from?
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Because they're on I-70.
No, we're coming back.
Was it a pussy? A hand pussy? Is that what it was?
No, it was a pocket pussy. I didn't want to spend the $90 on a fleshlight
Right.
because you can buy fleshlights online for
Now,
like
what is a
$50 bucks.
fleshlight?
It's basically just a tube with like a textured vagina. So you stick
Right.
It
it
looks a lot like a flashlight, but
Yeah.
it has the inner workings.
but you fuck it.
But what's the light for? I can actually use it.
No, there's
as a
no
flash-
actual light.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just the semblance
like a
to a
flashlight.
flashlight.
Okay, gotcha. And I
But,
was like,
go ahead.
it doubles in an emergency. It's,
It's but I didn't want to spend the.
I can
'cause
hide
we
out in a bunker, have light, and fuck something at the same time.
we were coming back from Kansas City through Kansas, and they had this biggest porn shop or whatever in the area or whatnot. So
Right.
we stopped by and we're all looking at everything, and I was like, I'm gonna get a fleshlight, but they wanted ungodly amount of money for a fleshlight. So, but they have these little fucking $20 pocket pussy things, and I was like, well, fuck it, I can invest.
Give it a try.
And well, I gave it a try. I gave it many tries. Those things are awesome and best.
Unless you have plans on doing anything else.
If you buy one, that's all you're gonna be doing because it's nice.
Yeah, the thing about that is it probably just ruined traditional masturbation for you.
It does. I wish I wouldn't have thrown it away.
I noticed that. My dick is a dick. He's an asshole. That's why I have to have porn, I think, because, like, before I had sex, all was good in the world. You know, me, my dick, my hand, that's all we needed. You know, but now it's just like I can't use my imagination or like fantasy because, and I'll get pissed. Why? I'm not talking about this. God damn it! Every time, every podcast, I'm not doing it. I'm not finishing that story.
You're not gonna
Fuck
finish
it.
the master?
I'm drawing a line in the sand here, and I'm not fucking doing it.
Can we save it for later?
Maybe.
No, maybe. We might come back to it.
Not tonight, right?
Oh, okay. Not tonight because we're wrapping up.
Yeah.
But pocket pussies, either get one or not get one.
Don't judge until you try it. Is that what?
Yeah. Don't judge.
It's like, oh, you fuck a pocket pussy, you weirdo. Have you ever done it? And is it really that much weirder than fucking your hand?
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
So you got a little piece of plastic around your dick. Big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
You ever see those videos on the internet how to make your own homemade?
Oh,
with a towel and
no,
this other
they're
thing?
what are they called? They're called.
Oh yeah, there's a name for them.
I wanted to say loofahs, but I know that's not it. It's called.
Not loofah. That's the little
That's a sponge.
spongy thing that you wash your.
See, and when we have Woody googling, we'll know this because he'll be they're googling like a motherfucker. But it's called. You get the little plastic glove.
Yep.
And you fill it
It's
up
a
with
glove.
warm water.
And there's towels or something that you use right, for the outside part.
Yeah, because we watched how to make it. Were
Yeah.
you with me?
Yeah.
It's a.
The body glove?
No,
It's not what it's called. It uses a plastic glove or not a rubber glove like what you'd buy for cleaning or something like that, and then you put the glove down in between a towel that's folded, and then you like almost like you're folding socks. You know where you pull the outside sock around it. You pull the glove around the outside of the towel, creates a little space there for
I
the.
see.
Woody's like, don't act all uncomfortable, Woody.
I don't know. No. I'm making mental notes.
There you go.
This will be Woody's last podcast because he'll be
He's like,
busy.
these guys are fucking
Fucking
weirdos.
glove towel.
Okay, so we got amazing facts. We need a quote.
All right, we're gonna have a quote about poop, and we're gonna kind of slam women in the same sentence.
All right, here, what's with it?
Women don't poop; they hold it in, and it comes out as drama.
And that was an unknown.
That's unknown. Yeah, there's no credit given on that one.
This is the guy hiding from his wife.
Yeah. It's obviously a dude that said it because he doesn't want his name on there or something.
I agree.
So that's the maiden voyage of a poop quote, right?
Yeah.
I've had all kinds of quotes, but never a poop quote before.
Fucking, we hit the poop quote.
You can't even say poop quote.
Fuck, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm done. Okay. Well, we hit all those. So,
Names and locations.
yeah. Toby,
What's up?
pay attention.
No.
Okay, Toby's out. Okay, I'm just kidding. Come back. Where can they find you?
They can find me on Facebook at Toby Hayden. I do the Tolerable Nausea Twitter feed.
Twitty. Yeah.
And then Toby M25 also on Twitter is my personal Twitter account. You can find me on the website at tolerablenausea.com. That's it.
That's it. All right, Russell K, you're up.
Website, tolerablenausea.com, like Toby said. Facebook page, Tolerable Nausea's Facebook page. I will respond, communicate, and all that stuff there as well. That's it for me.
What do you want to be found? Do you feel deep enough into this as though you want to be found?
I do have a Twitter feed, Woody Lee 74, and if they want to, I highly doubt it. They could probably send something to the webpage.
We'll set you up a tab.
Okay.
All right.
I was gonna say it's all at this point. It's all kind of pointless. I don't know if I've.
Yeah, I mean, you got some.
We do
people-
this at the end of every podcast.
We get some visitors. I mean, you might as well throw it out there anyway.
But do you think any of it has actually come from hearing it at the end of the podcast, or do you think it's just from talking to people in person
I think so.
and putting the word out?
Maybe a couple, a little bit. But Woody's also our new Googler. He's gonna be fact checking us.
He can put that on his resume now. I was
give it a whirl. Anyway.
I was head Googler for the Tolerable Nausea podcast. What?
Hey, give us a chance. Give us a couple of years. Anyway, everybody who's listening, listen up. Just go to Facebook, like us, friend us, share us if you like us, I guess.
Not do it even if you don't like us.
Yeah, just fucking do it.
If you've gone through the podcast long enough to be hearing this portion of it and you don't like us, what the fuck?
I know. So like us, share us on Facebook. Go to the website. Just fucking talk to us. If you want to email us anonymously. Go tolerablenausea@gmail.com. And then rate us, comment on us on your subscription sites. I don't know what you use, whether it be iTunes, Zune, Stitcher, whatnot.
This may sound kind of dicky of me here, but I'm going to go ahead and spell out Tolerable Nausea. TOLERABLENAUSEA.com.
Forgot the space.
There's no space.
.com.
When you're
Yeah,
typing it in
okay. Yeah, it's
www.
.com. Okay.
You can also just Google search both words, tolerable space nausea.
Yeah, we'll come
But
up.
I wondered sometimes, and I'm not being presumptuous, but like people I've talked to in person, I've had to tell them a few different times, how do you spell that?
Problem I'm having with that, though, saying it online or on this deal is if they're hearing it, they've already found it.
Not necessarily.
Who knows? I don't know. But thank you for listening, everybody. Word of mouth is awesome, too. And if you're not using that mouth...
Dick and mouth is awesome.
If you're not using that mouth for telling other people about tolerable nausea, you might as well just shove a dick in it.
Yeah.
Because...
Or a vagina.
Because you're dead to me. So share, and then you're alive to me again, and we can live on and happy. Anyway, that's all I got. Final words. Who wants the final word?
Flossy nosy nihilplification.
There's no way she's going to get my nuts in her mouth. I have a constricted sack. It's not like the hard-boiled eggs in a tube sock type ball sack.
You got the huggers?
Oh, when I have sex, they go back up inside of me.
Really?
Yeah, which is strange, but at the same time, it works good because you can just pound the fucking shit out of them and not have to worry about hitting your balls and having that fucking sick feeling, This is what you got into, Woody. This is what you got into.
We got a friend that can sit on his own balls.
Oh, yeah.
Can because he chooses to.
No,
No,
it happens. He's sat on his balls on multiple occasions.
Fuck
randomly
me.
he just screams for no apparent
He's got,
reason.
he's
You're
got
like, what?
floppy balls.
Does he wear boxers? Because that's just going to make complicated.
No, he's a brief guy.
You'd have to
because
be.
I've seen him in his underwear a bunch.
You'd have to be.
And
a brief
naked
guy.
a bunch.
Do I think I know who you're talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Probably my old roommate.
Yeah. Okay, that's who. Fuck.
No, we never fucked. He's too big.
No one accused you of fucking. So
I just had to make sure.
you're gonna.
Seem a little
All
defensive
right.
there, Toby.
We fucked. We made love.
But you were the giver, right?
No.
No. It's like he rolls his eyes and
He's a
bows
large
his-
man.
bows his head in shame on that
I'm
one.
never the giver.
There's just certain mental pictures I never needed.
Well, now you got that.
Yeah.
I got this.
You don't have to do it.
I got it. I got it.
We won't flip you no shit just as a goof. Just try your best radio voice and just pretend that you do this shit for a living and do it with confidence like what you think it would be like on the Howard Stern show or some shit.
Hi.
I said the Howard Stern show, not Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Mecca, lecca, hi, mecca, honey, ho.